It is time for another Madden rebuild, this time the Washington Commanders. We did the Bears, so if you haven't seen that one, check it out. And make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing a lot of rebuilds all season. You'll want to not want to miss any of these. Also, hit the like button. It does help. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it helps a ton. Takes 2 seconds, scroll down, hit the button, let's go. Either way, the Commanders. Let's go ahead and check out this roster. This is a team that a lot of people are really, really high on this year. Me personally, I'm not so high on them. I think they're fine. They're fine. That's it. I don't think they're very special. There's a lot of issues across, the O-line is a big issue. Wiley, 79 is pretty generous, I'll say that. I like Stromberg as a prospect, but he's got a lot to prove. Coleman is a good prospect as well, but that's probably a generous overall as well. Biadasz is an average player. Cosme's really, really good, don't get me wrong. Jayden Daniels, to me, he's good. He's really good. He's a good prospect. However, he was QB3 in my opinion. I think they whiffed on not getting Drake May, but that's my opinion. Ben Sano, solid tight end guy. Obviously, Terry McLaurin's a really good receiver. Dotson has had his issues here lately in real life, but in Madden, he's a good player. We'll keep it up. Brian Robinson's going to be our starting RB, with Eckler being the backup and the third down specialist, okay? Now, moving to the defense. Obviously, a three-headed monster on the D-tackle front with John Allen, Daron Payne, and Jerzon Newton. That's going to be really fun to play with, but there's a lot of issues elsewhere. The linebacking core is really solid, considering they just brought in Bobby Wagner. That's a big upgrade, but the defensive end spots are not pretty. You have Dorrance Armstrong and Dexter Fowler and Cleveland Farrell. Not great. Then the cornerback room, Ben St. Juste. He's okay. Forbes, he's okay. Sanderstill, I really like Sanderstill a ton. I think he's going to be a cornerstone of this franchise going forward. Going to be a very impactful player who's going to play our nickel position when he's healthy because he got hurt in the preseason. Jeremy Chinn, for Madden, he's not the best, but I will say in real life, especially if you're a Commanders fan, watch out for this guy. He's going to have a very specific role in Dan Quinn's defense that's going to be very interesting. Keep up with him this season because I think he's going to be very, very, very impactful for Dan Quinn. So, looking through the rest of this team, the specialists, I'll show you what they're looking like just to see what each little difference and nuance of the team is. Obviously, our ends are going to remain the same. Our D-tackles remain the same. Jamin Davis is going to be our sub-linebacker too. Slot corner is usually Mike Sanderstill, but he's hurt right now. Luke McCaffrey is going to play in the slot because I want him to develop, and that's what he's going to do in real life more than likely. And then Brian Robinson's our power back. Eckler is our third down back. So, going back to this roster as a whole, what do we need to fix? What are our main goals going forwards? I think right now O-line is a big, big, big problem. We got to get a better center, a better guard probably, unless Stromberg just blows us out of the water. I wouldn't even mind a better tackle. Wiley's serviceable for now. Part of me really wants to start to know over Ertz just because, he's just kind of better. But at the same time, we're going to do it because he's going to develop better. We'll do it. Jahan Dotson, the receiver room's fine. Mainly, this is going to hinge on the development of our quarterback. We need to get some edge rushers. That's probably our biggest need. Biggest need is edge rushers because Cleveland Farrell, Dorrance Armstrong, and Dante Fowler are just not special by any means. That, maybe a real corner, maybe another receiver. I would not mind trading Terry McLaurin for somebody if it meant an upgrade somehow. We'll see what happens down the line. But either way, edge rushers, O-line, maybe a corner, maybe a receiver. That's our goal. We have a few things to do before this season gets kicked off. First off, a press conference. There's a lot of new features in this Madden. If you haven't been able to see them yet, go ahead and check them out. They're really cool, or we'll go through them here. Press conference. Starts off with the next question. I don't really know why. Kind of a jerk way to come out that. How will you handle your rookie quarterback's development? So, what do you mean? Okay, I don't know. Let's see. The past teams have had tremendous success if a rookie sits for a year like Mahomes did. That's not happening. That is not happening. We have Jayden Daniels and Marcus Mariota. He's going to play. He may have to play for us this year. He absolutely will. Are you sure you might be missing out on a lot of development? So, this scenario, obviously, I just did a Bears rebuild and got the same thing because we have a rookie quarterback there as well. I'm very interested in what happens if you do sit them because it says you're missing out on a lot of development. So, I'm very curious as to what that is. If somebody's played through one of these, let me know because I just want to know what that means, what that does for your team. Outside of that, let's go to our scouts. Obviously, I'm going to edit this. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch all this, but I'm going to definitely have our three-star scout being a edge rusher / O-line scout. Then number 2, probably receiver corner. That's probably what we're going to go with. Probably priority on the corner. Then we'll probably have another receiver corner, Probably another O-line guy. And probably linebacker, because as good as they are now, this is not a room that's going to be able to last a long time. You know, Bobby Wagner, he's good for now. He's old. Other than that, we'll get right into it. Seven weeks in, and we're 4-2. That's really solid. Really good across the board. I mean, the worst thing we are is on our rush defense, which is crazy considering our D-line. It's got to be because of our edge rushers, to be honest. But offensively, 7th in points, 5th in passing yards, 12th in rushing yards, 17th in points per game defensively. That's pretty solid. We've got some media availabilities. Definitely something we need to take account of is the trade deadline that is impending, obviously. Let's go ahead and get through this. Next question once again. I'd like to get out your take on how successful your play calling has been this season. So they do these little quiz things. They want to talk about the defense. What are we talking about here? Defensive red zone success. Okay. We're probably higher than 2 red zone touchdowns per game. Oh, really? Oh, now I should spend more time covering analytics. So they're threatening me because I didn't know something because I've simulated 6 weeks of football. All right, my bad. Guess you got to keep up with that from here on out. Anyways, another press conference here. Fans are curious about trade deadline. Is that what it just said? I think it skipped past. Do you have any plans to upgrade the roster? Man, honestly, I don't know. We'll try. I mean, 80 overall player. I'd love to get one, but I'm just going to say we won't be making any moves. We're already 4-2. That's obviously a lot better than I thought this Commanders team would be this year. I'm going to sit here and look at some things, see what I can potentially do. First, though, I want to check out some of these prospects. Let's see the scouting so far. Cameron Parsons. He is a first-round talent, ranked about 14th in the class. Awareness is a B to D. Where is the coverage ratings? He is a B zone, B to D man. He's a zone corner, which does fit our scheme, I believe. But I'm not the biggest fan of zone corners. I feel like the man guys are better. Daniel Agnew. I'm interested in him. He's definitely a speed rusher. I want to know more about this guy. Daniel Agnew. He's 21 years old. Good to great speed. Injury's not amazing, but it's okay. We could maybe get around it. Anyways, there's some guys that we definitely are targeting. But we're 4-2, so who knows where we're going to be drafting. We could bottom out. That would not shock me. We could skyrocket all the way up to, 13 wins. I doubt that happens, especially when we start playing our division games. But hey, we beat the Browns 17-3. I mean, not that the Browns are amazing, but that's a pretty good team. We lost to Baltimore 28-7, though. I am going to go look around and check and see on some of these potential trade block pieces. Things like a defensive end would be really great, to be honest. Let's see if there's anything available that's just very interesting. I don't see anything so far. Azeez Ojulari is nice. Young player, but would be really nice to have. Definitely something I'm going to keep in mind. I'm also going to look. I like to do things sometimes like with how it might be in real life in terms of somebody who wants out of their team. So looking at this, the NFC standings, let's go ahead and check out the whole standings. Who are the worst teams? Because sometimes the worst teams may have some guys that are on the trade block, right? The Cardinals, they don't have any edge rushers. Myles Garrett, that'd be a huge move, but, something. Joey Bosa is definitely probably a guy who'd be available. Or maybe Khalil Mack even. The Giants have Thibodeau or Burns. The Bears have Sweat, TJ Watt, or Alex Highsmith could be a good option here. We're definitely going to go look around and see what the value of, the cost is going to be for maybe potentially big-time edge rusher. So we end up going with Azeez Ojulari. I tried for some bigger fish. Tuli Tuipulotu was even a very close one I got to, but I didn't want to spend more than about a 4th-round pick and maybe an expiring contract. But we got Azeez Ojulari for just our later 4th. We had 2 4ths, so might as well send it off. Azeez Ojulari is maybe not the best player, but he's going to definitely be a starter for us, and he'll develop as well. That's kind of the big kicker here. We're going to bench probably Clelin Ferrell, I think. Yeah, we're going to bench Clelin Ferrell for Azeez Ojulari. Did trade with the division rival, a little as crazy as it may be, but long term, it's going to be a better position for us. Just getting into a spot where, you know, we have a higher end player, a higher upside player, to say the least. We're going to definitely make sure he is also rushing off the edge. Let's see. Move him to... Did I just miss him? He's not listed here. Okay, it's because I have to move him to an end. Either way, I'll take care of that. And then we will get going. We do have to cut somebody. That's going to be our biggest move, though. Not really going to do anything else. We'll cut Anthony Pittman. That's another linebacker anyways. Whatever. But yeah, that's going to be our move, and we're just going to send it for the rest of the season. I completely forgot. We have a bunch of negotiations we have to check out. Tons of money. Tons of places to spend it. This guy right here is one that's interesting. He wants to be here, so I'm going to lower this a little bit. We'll give him a 5th year and drop it down even a little lower. Almost there. We'll bump up to 5 next time around. That should be good accepted. All right, Sam Cosmi. All right. What do you want, bud? You can be here. All right, we got Cosmi. I had to make sure that one was done. That's not one we can miss out on. I didn't realize Azeez Ojulari was off contract, but with his age, he's going to be relatively cheap. Yeah, just like that, we got him for 4 more years. Let's see. Who else matters here? I'm not seeing anything back in the back that matters. Usually it does go by overall, but then again, there's Jamison Crowder. However, he is old. We're going to wait till the last week for Bobby Wagner to see if we really want him or not. We will probably accept Jahan Dotson's option unless it's crazy expensive. Derek Forrest, he's only 25. You might as well get him, especially at the rate he's going at. He's not wanting to return yet, but he's interested, okay? Jeremy Chin, I'm going to bring him back. He's better than Jartavius Martin by a solid margin. We'll bump him up to 3 both ways and then extend that for 3 years. Going to have to upgrade it later. Ben St. Juste, not the best player, but we'll give him 3 years. See it. All right, he's back. That's a good one, especially for depth, if anything. Cleveland Farrell can walk. I don't care. Igbenogany can walk. Davis can walk. Pierre can walk. The only problem with all them walking is I have no one left. Igbenogany may be a guy that I bring back just because of that. We'll wait on it, but, I mean, if he'll accept like that, I'll do it because it's nothing. Okay, don't try to exploit my passion for the franchise. Do you think I care? Anyways, Forrest, Davis, Chin, we'll get them eventually, but right now, that's what we got. Let's stop in here in Week 12. We have a divisional game, a massive divisional game, obviously, versus the Cowboys, but also we're 8-3, they're 7-3. This could be, you know, big-time divisional things. We just lost to the Eagles, and we had some challenges to face there, and we didn't get it, but that's okay. Let's beat the Cowboys. That's a good way to go back and, you know, rehash this. But I also want to stop here to look at the guys that we were negotiating with. We're going to up Derek Forrest off for a good margin. He's coming back. That's a really good deal. Jamin Davis, we're going to get him up to here. He's back. That's a good deal. And Jeremy Chin, finally. We'll give him 3.3 and 3.2, and that should be good. All right, good deal. We got all the guys that we cared about back. Farrell can walk. Dimey Brown we might look at later. Igbenogany does want to come back even more now. I'll do that. Okay, cool. We got him for depth. That's all I wanted him for because we're about to lose a bunch of corners. Michael Davis, James Pierre. I feel like there's another one too, but I'm not sure at this moment. Bobby Wagner does want to come back. We probably will offer him something. It's just I'm not going to offer him yet. That's a really good deal for a backup tackle, actually. I'd love to give him 2 years. He's just a little old for it. If he'll take that right there, we're good to go. You got to have your backups. I know it's not a super great hire. Nothing special about it. Hire, contract, whatever. But you have to keep your backups. You can't lose too many players. So we're going to keep that as it is, and we're going to keep moving. Hopefully we get a big win this week versus Dallas. At the end of the season, we do make the playoffs. We end up finishing second in the division. And we have, you know, a solid record, 10-7. That's a lot better than I thought we would do. We have a bunch of press conferences, but before we go there, I want to check our stats. I want to see how good we did this season. Jayden Daniels, 11th in yards, 8th in touchdowns. I'm a fan of that. 17th in offense, 14th in defense. We're about middle of the pack overall. Fits about right for us being, you know, a wild card team with what we were. 31-15. That needs to be ironed out a little bit for sure, but hey, it could be a lot worse. He didn't have very many rushing. Has not nearly enough rushing as I really would have hoped. We had a lot of production from Brian Robinson, plus 8 touchdowns. Eckler was hurt for a good chunk of the year, so we'll leave him out of that. No 1,000-yard receivers. However, McCaffrey and Dodson both had about 700 yards, 8 touchdowns apiece. Sano had 6 touchdowns. I like that. I'm a fan of that. Blocking-wise, looking through the rest of this, we had 1 from Biadish. 4 from Stromberg. It's okay. And then defensively, 9 sacks from Allen, 6.5 from Payne, 6 from Farrell, 5 from Armstrong, only 1.5 from Ojulari. Let's hope that progresses farther. Sanders still had 3 picks. I love that. So did Jamin Davis. 2 for Wagner and Luvu, and 1 for Chin, St. Juste, and Martin. Now, the fun stuff defensively. No safeties, no touchdowns. Hate to see it, but it's okay. We had a good year. Not an amazing year, but definitely a good year. Let's do some of these press conferences and see what we got going on here. A lot happening this season, obviously. Ryan Clark talking about our season. We said we'd get 8 to 9 wins. So, hey, that's, he said you did a good job. Had a few wins at that point. So, it's more than you promised. Respect. That's good. We got 2,500 points for all of our players and 7 staff points. Not too bad there. That was only 5. All right. Now we got a, this is going to be a bad one. This is that Terry McLaurin thing. He asked for catches and carries. I really hate this because there's not very many offenses that get receivers carries consistently in this game. I'm really not a fan of that. EA, please fix that one. That one's just kind of dumb. It really sets you up for failure on pretty much all facets. I guess if you're actually playing, it's fine, but either way. Now we're going to focus on the Falcons. Through film study, their D-line is going to be ready. Focus on the D-line. Okay, they have a good D-line. All right, congratulations, I guess. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that. Team meeting room. Big week for us. As you know, we're facing the Falcons in the playoffs. That's a big deal. The Commanders in the playoffs, first of all. Need to get after the quarterback this week. Let's see. Need to get off blocks. Let's just get off blocks. That'd be best. Get some of that block shedding +5 for every player next game. That's going to be helpful. And then we'll go to weekly strategy. We got some things to fix. One thing we need to do is make sure, where's he at? We'll take Jayden Daniels off. He's got enough going for him. We're going to get Azeez Ojulari on here for the last few weeks of the season. We want him to be playing and developing as much as possible. Hopefully the thing didn't mess up and put him as not the starter because, he needs to be the starter. He definitely does need to be. He's younger. He's just better as a prospective player. Anyways, we only traded a 4th for him, so if you were to draft a 73 overall, edge rusher in the 4th round, that would be really, really good. So I am not complaining about this whatsoever. Jayden Daniels, getting him some upgrades. He's up to an 82 overall now. Pretty solid for just being year 1. He's up 8 overalls total in his rookie season. Let's check out who else we got. I'm really hoping, yep, there's the one I'm hoping for. We need to get him going. Speed rusher, he's up to a 76 or playing that way. That's going to be very beneficial for us. What are his ratings right now? He is a 77 block shed, 76 finesse moves, 69 power moves. Need to get that power up, but overall, not too bad. I just wish he was a little younger for what that is. Ricky Stromberg has gone up a lot for us this year. That's going to be very helpful. Up to a 76 overall, making our O-line a lot more just reliable. That's something I'm not worried about now at that opposite guard position from Sam Cosmi. And then here, we're going to work on the zone for Mike Sanders still. He's playing to a 78, actual overall 76. Very, very nice there as well. And anything else that I'm super concerned of right now? Not really. We're going to let all that stand as is. Let the CPU take it. And we have a game. A big game. I want to check some staff points so y'all can see where I'm going my boards. I always try to get this first because it helps with the development. You can't see it. It's the bottom one here. It gets you an extra weekly strategy person. And then I work on some of these. I think these are very important. For this one, we're going to work on the defense. We don't have very many defensive things going, and that's weird because we're a defensive head coach. But whatever. I want to go on this side. We're going to work this a little bit. We're going to go outside of that. We'll go over here. Hit, tackle, acceleration, and speed. We're going to go on this side. I think this one's going to be a little more impactful for our D linemen. It is what it is, though. Either way, it'll help out one way or another. And we have a game. Let's get to it. Washington Commanders have to go down and face the Atlanta Falcons. One thing I'm going to do as soon as we get in here. Oh, it won't let me stop it. Let me get in here, please. They're up 3-0 so far. I want to make sure our depth chart did not get out of whack at all because sometimes that does happen, and that's very annoying. Jayden Daniels is there. See, no, Brian Robinson is starting over you, Mr. Eckler. I apologize. McLaurin, Dotson, Crowder, McCaffrey. At this point, McCaffrey needs to play. And I think the rest of that's pretty good. Tight end Sano is better. Let's go. Coleman's back. Cosme's here. Biadish, Stromberg, Wiley. A really solid O-line from what we were working with a year ago. See, that's not right. Cleveland Farrell, sorry, bud. You're not starting. My nose is killing me right now. Anyways, DT, no, not put him in there. Let me chill. That's all good. That's all good. Forbes and Sanders still. I'm fine with that for now. Derek Forrest is starting. Jeremy Chin, the strong safety. Kick return. I'm not concerned about returners. Get down here. Third down back is that. Robinson's there. McCaffrey needs to be in our slot. Thank you very much. Rushing left in. See, why do we do this? Where is he? I passed him. I didn't. Oh, wow. Anyways. Ojolari there. Cleveland Farrell there. No, we'll go Armstrong. He's better. D-tackle. That all looks good to me. Sub linebacker. That looks good to me. Slot corner. That looks great to me. All right. Now it's better. Who knows how long it's been like that throughout the year. I did not mean to do that, and it's going to make me play this now. So you'll get some early action here from a kick return. Imagine we got a kick return touchdown on the one play I play for no reason that I didn't even mean to be on. And we hardly get it to 25. That looked incredibly slow. Not really sure why, but it did. Let's go ahead and jump forward. Custom play options here. We'll go by the, excuse me, not that. Jump forward to the quarter, not change of possession. Once again, I am not cooking. All right, go to the quarter, please. We get the ball out of turnover, match their 3 points with 3 of our own. All right, next quarter, let's go. This is, all the things are messed up in here. I definitely set this for not 6-minute quarters. I set it for 8. That's what I always play on. Or at least in this game. I used to play on 9, but now it's 8. We're tied 17-17 at the end of the third, and we have the ball with the start of the fourth approaching. We tie it up 20 points apiece. I don't think I'm going to get too involved in this game unless I really have like one play. All right, they score 7. So we're going to have to do something here with the last 3 minutes of this game. First and 10, first and 10, first and 10, first and 10, second and 10. Touchdown. Ben Sano, 22-yard catch, tying the game up, giving them 2.5 minutes left to score. Not great here. They're moving back, though. 3rd and 17, 4th and 8. They put up 3. We have under 2 minutes to go down and do something. 3rd and 6. Oh, 4th and 6. I'm hopping in right here. I'm just going to see what I can do here. If I can get us the first down. I like McCaffrey or McLaurin or Dotson, I think. Yep. I like all of the options. All right, we're going to see what we can do here. Oh, I couldn't get it off. Oh, no. I got hit and that really blows, man. That really blows. I got hit. Eckler was wide open down the field, man. Let me just show you what just happened. Here's what I'm seeing. Watch Austin Eckler out. Oh, you got to turn around. Austin Eckler, he's going to turn his route right here, and he gets way gone. I mean, look at the separation he brings. And then the other side turned around. And then it just happens to fall short. Here, look at that. Eckler's got 2 steps on him right there. That really stinks, man. Not fun. Not a fun experience there. It's going to be a tough one. We do have our timeouts. We can potentially get a stop here and turn back around. But it's going to be tough. Got to call our timeouts right now. They lost 2 yards on that play. We got to step up and do something here. Very big hit there. Loss of 3 on the play. Jamin Davis shot through that hole. That was beautiful. All right, they're going to knee it here. Are they going to knee it back-to-back plays and just run the clock down really, really, really low? Oh, we're out of timeouts now. We only had 2. I was looking at Atlantis. All right, we do have a little bit of time here, but there's going to have to be a miracle. It is what it is, though, at this point. All right. We're at the 30. 18 seconds left. We need a miracle, an absolute miracle. They're pressing really hard on both of our outside guys. If that safety plays in at all, nah, I didn't have time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Can we get up to the line? Can we get up to the line? It's going to blow all the time. Nope, nothing we could do. Their pass rush was too good. Year 1, we lose in the wild card, and that blows, but hey, it's all right. Daniels didn't play great. Had a good amount of yards and touchdowns, but completion percentage is really low. We'd like to see it better than that. Year 2 should be a lot better. The Niners get to exact their revenge, and the awards have just dominated by the Chiefs and the Niners here. They get Mahomes and Andy Reid as MVP and Coach of the Year. Ayuk wins Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons gets Defensive Player of the Year. Rookie of the Year goes to Keon Coleman. Defensive Player of the Year, rookie, goes to Mike Hall, Mr. Prison. And the Niners win the Super Bowl, and McCaffrey gets himself a Super Bowl MVP. Good year for them. Checking out our retirements, really basically be like Bobby Wagner could go. We're going to just go to our team and see. Martavis Bryant, massive loss there. I can't believe it. What are we going to do? We got a new message with our OC. Let's see what he's talking about. Touch base about off-season workouts. Who are we talking about? I did not mean to click that, but I'm glad it was Jayden Daniels because the other option was it was either Jayden Daniels or it was Terry McLaurin, and I definitely would rather Jayden Daniels get better than Terry McLaurin just because Jayden Daniels is not as good as him. What are you focusing on, pal? Accuracy, all around the field. Throwing on the run, play action. Okay. I mean, not bad. I don't know what his injury is bad, so we'll just say that's good. I like the accuracy stuff. That's fine. I have no problem with that. We now have a press conference as well to see what we're talking about here. Let's see. Hey, everybody. Coach, let's talk about the next few months. Okay? What's your plan for the upcoming offseason? We want to... So we want to win the draft. I haven't done that one yet. We'll see what that means. What does that mean for us? Oof, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. We'll say draft a sleeper. I think that's more likely. Probably neither is that likely. I mean, 80 overall, there's like maybe 2 guys on an entire draft class that have that. Looking at our draft, speaking of which, where are we drafting? We're going to be around 20, right at 20. All right, cool. Let's see what we've got with our scouting so far. Top 5 talent here at a guard. We've seen that before in our Bears rebuild, but I am a fan one way or another. I'm a fan one way or another, man. Do we need a guard? No, but can he profile to tackle? That's my next question. He's an agile, 6'4", 330. I'm okay with him playing tackle, potentially. Injuries is C. I'd like it to be a little better, but that's fine. I think he could play tackle. He could play right tackle. I think I'd be fine with that. He might be the guy we go for. We might get a right tackle out here. That's fine with me. Keep Jayden Daniels upright. Let's see what we got. Andrew Wiley could be very expendable. These are just a lot of the guys who are on the, what's it called? The practice squad, whatever. Continue on. And now we have staff week. We're going to leave our guys alone. We had a good season. We're not the best roster. We were 10-7. I wish our defense played better, but either way, not too upset about anything. Jahan Dotson, I'm going to decline that because I'm not giving him $24 million a signing bonus. Sorry, bud. That's not happening. Cleveland Farrell, that's a lot of money for a guy that I'm not really that interested in. A lot of money for a guy that I'm not that interested in. We do have Dorrance Armstrong, correct? Correct. If we have Dorrance Armstrong, I'm not concerned about it. Let's see. Is this the same position? We have Dorrance Armstrong. I'm not concerned about Cleveland Farrell. Not at all. Jamison Crowder. Does he have a mentor tab? He does. If he'll take like that right there, I'll take him. He wants to play elsewhere. That's fine. Go ahead. Jeff Driscoll. Okay. Bobby Wagner's down to an 80 overall. That's a big drop-off. We're going to offer him like that. Not even that. He's not going to accept that. He'll test free agency. We might be able to get him back there. I'm just not really concerned with that right now. Zach Ertz, what does he want? See, that's a lot annually, but he does have a mentor tab. If he'll take it 3, I'll do it. Not interested in signing. I didn't figure, bud. Mariota, does he have a mentor tab? He does. I will keep that one for sure. He'll come back on that offer. He'll be a solid backup. We're not really looking for anything special there. Diami Brown, he's a trade target. I don't know that anybody's trading for you, bud. I'll give you that. And if you don't take it, that's your problem. Oh, wow, he did. I'm actually incredibly shocked that he took that. Honestly, probably would rather him declined it, but whatever. And James Pierre, just because we do need some depth, if you'll take that, he wants to play elsewhere. I figure that'd be a little low. I think that's all I'm really caring about here. Michael Walker. We do probably need to keep some linebackers around. We don't really have that many right now. That's kind of a lot of money for him, though. I'd rather just wait and find a guy for really, really cheap in the free agency period. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's go to free agency, week 1. Checking into free agency, here we go. Trent Brown is available. Not interested. Javon Holland is available. Possibly interested. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah available. Not interested because of the dollar amount, because that is ridiculous. However, we might edit him because there's this stupid thing. I don't remember how to do it, though. When they're out at right outside linebacker, they get offered edge money. Like, edge rusher money. That's not how that should be whatsoever. And it's very annoying, to be quite honest with you. I think they may have patched it or something, since it's not letting me in to edit him. Nope. Oh, yeah, must have patched it. Okay, can't do it, not going to buy him. Because, like, no linebacker off ball gets $26 million a year. That doesn't happen. It's because he's listed as a right outside linebacker, which is a borderline edge rusher. We're not doing that, though. Cam Hayward is interesting, but not really fit for us right now. Scherf is not needed. We have our guards. We could use a better center, but I don't feel like Ryan Kelly is that far of an upgrade to Biadish. For the most part, we might consider him later. Let's go by position here. Let's do that. We don't need a quarterback, so move on. Running back. As much as I do like Ramadre, I don't feel like he's that much better. Receiver, we could upgrade here. I'm interested in Keenan Allen. I know he's interested in us. This is a position, though, that I'm more apt to either trade or draft from, though. I just don't really feel like there is a route to go and pay a bunch of money to a receiver, and we already have a decent-ish receiver room. I'm looking for a mentor here in this department. CJ Uzomah has a mentor badge. I'm okay with that. Give him a 1 year. We do need tight ends. Apparently, we only have this one on the roster. We're going to really lowball him, not highball him. Really lowball. I'm not really concerned about it. Getting anything special out of this dude. That's all we're going to do there for now. Left tackle, not interested. Guard, not interested. Ryan Kelly, potentially interested. 32 years old. Is he that much better than Biadish? Probably. We're going to lower it just a little bit, and we're going to see where he's at with us. We're still the top offer. We're going to leave that alone. We'll see what happens there. Scherf or Zeitler, sounds great. I'm just not going to pay them that much. End of story. Not interested in D tackle at all. Cam Hayward's more of a D tackle than an edge rusher. We would be looking for an edge rusher, if anything. Let's see. Edge rusher. Matt Judon's solid. I'm not paying him $18 million a year at all. No, thank you. Bobby Wagner. Could potentially bring him back. We might need to. We only currently have one very much a backup. He's a mentor. We're going to lowball him quite a bit. We're going to get him on a less of a deal than what he was offered, or we were offering him earlier, so that's solid. I'd love to get... what I could do is just give him a contract and then lower it, but I'm not going to do all that. It's just not fair. I'd love to get him, but I'm not paying him $27 million a year. I'll consider it to... What I would do, just to be transparent, is look up, like Fred Warner, Roquan Smith, their contracts, and go a little lower than that for whatever they are. But I'm not paying him $26 million a year. That's not happening. That's not what it's supposed to be. Here we got cornerbacks. I'm not interested in anything I see here. I'm looking for a mentor badge mainly to see if there's anybody here that might be helpful developmentally. Don't see anything. Javon Holland, you are quite interesting, sir. Derek Forrest ain't bad, but man, you're better. Where are we at if we just offer you that right there? Nowhere special. Okay. What about that right there? Just up a tiny little bit. Nowhere special. All right. We're withdrawing that offer. It's going to be pointless anyways. And for our strong safety, we're fine here. Kicker and punter, we're fine here. I think we already have a kicker and punter. We don't have a kicker. Our kicker is gone. Let's go get McPherson. Why not? He's here. We're going to be the only offer primarily. Do we have a punter currently on the roster? We don't. Ryan Wright, you're young. You're available. Here you go. And that's going to be it for us. Right now, we're targeting Kelly, which we are tied for the best offer. Evan McPherson, Bobby Wagner, Ryan Wright, and CJ Uzomah. Let's go ahead and see what we can do with these guys. And after that, 3 guys. We only got Ryan Wright. Who do we lose out? We lost out on Ryan Kelly. That's okay. Yeah, we could definitely use a center, but I'm not really that pent up about Ryan Kelly. He's old. He's not the best. So I'll let you know what happens by the end of the free agency period. So we did a lot more in free agency than I currently let on because we had a lot of things come up. So Evan McPherson's here, obviously, is our kicker. Micah Hyde, a 1-year deal for a depth piece. David Long, we lost Bobby Wagner, so had to do something about that. Brought him in for a 2-year deal. Ryan Wright's here, and then we bring in Ertz and Uzama, just both as mentor depth pieces, whatever. Neither of them are special by any means, but they're here. That's what matters. Going to the draft now, I want to stimulate one more week because we did do some scouting just a week ago. Gonna check these scouting boards out where we are leaving off. Really, just that's not what I meant to click on. Prospects. I want to see where we're at on a lot of these guys, especially when the ones we can see some stuff about. Round 1 guy here, and he's the 24th ranked player. Michael Edmonds, a center. Interesting for sure, but I'm still more interested in Ethan Lowe. We can move him to center. We can move him to tackle. Much more interested in that. We also have this round 1 to 2 guy, Richard Patton here. Interested in that, that's for sure. I'd like to have known more about Agnew, but we're not going to get there, it appears. Anyway, we do have some good stuff on some guys here for round 1s to 2. We maybe can make some things happen. Hopefully the projections line out to where a lot of these guys that are 1 to 2 round potential are just better in general, but we'll see. Going out, they have this new draft video. It's pretty sick. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead to the draft. We just want to see where we're at, right? We want to make our selection. I'm probably going with that guy who was the top 5 projection, Ethan Lowe, excuse me. Eric Rowe is who I was thinking of. He's 21, great speed, elite strength, elite agility, elite change of direction. Only thing worse than good is jumping, which is decent, and I don't know why he'd be jumping. He just looks really good. Pass block power is not incredible, so he does probably profile to a tackle pretty decently. I just don't see a way we can go around this any other way. Roger Goodell, draft us Ethan Lowe for me, please. I wish they would say something. They registered some, audio from his voice. It'd be cool. He got the Scully on already. This dude looks ridiculous. This dude looks insane. The fit is absolutely crazy. That jersey couldn't fit on his left thigh. Anyways, we will continue because that Ethan Lowe, 4th best player, 20th. He's very strong. He excels in the run game, and he shines brightest in the inside and outside zone runs. Hidden depth trait, 97 strength, goodness. Yeah, I'm very happy with that pick. He's going to play probably right tackle for us, but we could move him somewhere else as well. We're going to go ahead and skip in the draft to our next user pick. We're not looking to trade anything up here. We're just going to stick with what we got, and I want to see who our scouting guys are currently. So we have this guy, another guard. We could play him at center potentially. He's a 1st, 2nd round talent, or we have a real center. It's also an option. I want a lot of linemen here. We also do need to kind of look out for some receivers. Let's see. Connor Jenkins. I want to know more about you, buddy. Decent speed. You ran a 4.5. Yeah, he's okay. F injury. Bye-bye. Not interested. Can I go back to this, please? We've got this guy right here, Corbin Bullard. He's going to last a while, though. So will Brody Green. So, honestly, right now in this round, well, we are in round 2. Maybe I should go ahead and take a look. Pretty solid here. Really good athlete. 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 1st, 2nd. Really good numbers. Brody Green looks really, really good. Really, really good. Brody Green is impressive, I must say. Wow. Corbin Bullard's going to have to do a lot to get over that. Not as good of an athlete. What am I looking at, dude? Hold on. Why was he so good, and why is he only 1st, 2nd round talent? We'll check Will Jackson as well, just because we're here at this point. He looks pretty solid. He's an okay athlete. He's got some speed jumping to him, whatever. But overall, not as good. I think our pick here is another O-lineman. Though we do need oh man, I have not even looked at defensive ends. I have botched that. We need to do more here. Round 3 to 4 guys. We'll come back, I guess. The O-line, we can find something with the D-ends. We have Ojulari who can develop more. At this point, it's just about these O-linemen because they look insane. We could use a replacement center is what I'm thinking of. Brody Green looks to be that guy. He is a year older, but I don't know if that matters with how good he looks. What did we just do? Oh, no. What happened? I didn't press nothing. It better be Brody Green. I'm going to be mad. Okay, it took Brody Green. At least there's that much. Scouting report. He's good. That's all you need to know. He's our center. He's our center. Congratulations. I don't know. Their draft timer's off, or it's supposed to be. I don't know why that just did that. Anyways, we will continue. Round 3, pick 20. We need to focus on a defensive player here. Probably an end. We are in dire need of an end. Eddie Pickens, however, is a receiver. We could use a receiver here or there. Let's check him out real quick. Solid speed. He ran a 4.48. Medium routes an F. I see injuries a C to D. I'm not enamored by it, that's for sure. Let's check out our scouting and find the nearest defensive end-ish player, right? Right outside linebacker, Kendall Ragland. He looks like he's a power rusher. Ran 4.78. That's okay. Block shedding's a B. Power move's a B. Tackle's a B. Finesse move's a C. I'm fine with that. Kendall Ragland might be the guy so far. I wish this would stay in the same way I left it. Where was he at? Kendall Ragland, there he is. Brian Thomas, he is more of an end than an outside backer. A little faster than him. Not as good on the moves, though. Or block shedding. I think Kendall Ragland is our guy here. Should be about this ballpark. Well, it's going to move it on me. Kendall Ragland, I think he's going to be our guy. He's going to be our, developmental edge piece here. That's what I'm liking so far. Let's see what he's got for us. Anything? Let's get this going, please. War Room's happy about it. Looks good. Kendall Ragland, welcome to the squad. You're going to be at least developmental player for us. Dude, got the Scully on already as well. Bro, you look insane. Get it off. C+, ish, not great. Bull Rush is good. Needs more time in the film room. Yeah, but he might develop better if we move him down to DN. So I think he'll be okay. The fit kind of nice, though. I like it. All right. Going forward in our draft once again. Need to focus on probably a corner, a receiver. Something in that ballpark. Eddie Pickens, we've already looked at. Bryce Coleman, I don't believe we have looked at. He's 4.24 speed. Best runner in the class. Deep routes B. Run blocks a B. Medium routes an F. Catching traffic's to D. I do kind of like what I'm seeing from him, though. The few things he does show look solid. Other than speed, he's not very athletically gifted. He's 6 foot 180. He's okay. Could be taller. Let's see if we have anybody who is still... We only have some potential UDFAs. That's all we have. Stephen Palmer is a corner that has some things we can check out. Decent speed, not really. That's a little low for me. Man coverage is C to F. He's a man corner with C to F. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign whatsoever. Let's check out Kyrie Hendricks. Man coverage is a C here, but he also has a C as zone. That's better. Ran a 4.37. Kyrie Hendricks is interesting. But I think right now Bryce Coleman is calling my name a little harder. He ran fast, and that's always cool. 181, 110. We're not doing great there. Track speed. Needs to work on his catching. High level. Get the Scully off, bro. You at the combine, the draft. Get out of here. You look ridiculous. You look insane. Kyrie, was it Jackson? No, that's that corner from the Vikings. Anyways, rest in peace. No, I don't know. That Kyrie guy, though, if he's available, he's probably the pick here. Kyrie Hendricks, that's what it was. 6'3". C and C. Ran really good. Presses is D. That's not great, but whatever. We'll take Kyrie Hendricks. I'm fine with that. 172. We took him at 148. Not too bad. Average wrecking distance skills. Raw man defender. He needs to shave his beard. At this point, we're kind of just taking fits. A linebacker would be nice. A tight end could be decent. Let's see what tight ends look like. Let's see what that looks like. So a couple day 3 guys here. Jose Simmons and Brenton Samuel. This guy's a blocking tight end. Catching's a D. Impact blocking looks really good, though. A to C. I mean, there's a couple things there I saw. And Brenton Samuel, he is a lot, really not a good athlete at all. Vertical jump was good, but everything, poor acceleration, poor agility, poor speed. Yikes. Run blocks an A, impact blocking's an A, short routes F, deep routes D, spec catches C, awareness is B. He might be an okay overall, but he just ain't going to be special. I'm not really interested in what I'm seeing, though. We need more of an off-ball backer here. We have good info on Alton Trapp. Do we have anybody in here that has... Not really. Let's go back to that first position group. All of these guys are going to be not great. Okay, he looks really solid so far. Elite speed, 4.5 speed for a linebacker. All right, dude, you've already got it. Yeah, Alton Trap, here we go. Didn't need to see any more. That was some really good numbers. 153 to 180. Good speed for a backer. Needs more time in the film room. Shows potential with power moves. I like that. 86 speed is going to be nice. Look at those numbers, dude. A to B tackle, B pursuit, B play rack, B zone, B hit power, B awareness, C block shed's not even bad for an off-ball backer. That's a really solid pickup. At this point, I'm going to send him ahead in the draft. We'll see what we get out of it. All right, let's check our draft recap. I am excited to see, especially what that first-round pick was. He's a 78. Very nice, very nice. Our draft was pretty average. I'm really upset with Ragland. We need to move him and see if that changes. I'm really hoping this gets better because that is a very upsetting overall with what he is. Hopefully the removal of the mattering of the off-ball stuff will help out here. He helps out with 1 overall. Okay, I'm actually pretty upset about that, not going to lie. I was hoping he's going to be a lot better than that. Hendricks, that's about what I expected. Alton Trap, I'm a little underwhelmed here as well. Let's see if we move him to middle linebacker if anything changes. If he can be better, he can be better, right? Alton Trap, he's a 67 originally. He goes down, so we're going to move him. We're going to leave him. It's not that big a deal. We'll move him. We'll move him. Whatever. Yeah, he just was better there. Why not move him? Well, that's going to be our draft. It's an okay draft. You know, we have a good Ethan Lowe's fine. Will Jackson's, that's not who I drafted. Will Jackson is not who I drafted. I drafted the Coleman, Brody Coleman. No, it glitched. You're joking. Hold on. Hold on. If that, I'm going to go force a trade if that, because that showed me Brody Coleman. Am I crazy? Can I see second round stuff or something? Will Jackson, 73. There was a center. I think. Brody Green, 74. Dude, are you serious? That's who I wanted. He is better. And it showed me him. I swear it did. I'm going to check the tape. And if it is, we changing something. So after further review, it did take Brody Green in that draft. And we saw Brody Green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go force a trade because I'm not happy about that. He's 1 overall better. But also, he's probably just a better player. Go back and look at all the A's and B's in there. He's a better player. We're getting our guy that we drafted. It's ridiculous. I don't even have the draft timer on. What happened? I don't even know. Year 2 finally rolls around, and here is the check-in. Adjust our lineup. Not really. Just got to see what we're doing. What we're working with here. Jayden Daniels up to an 85. Terry McLaurin loses his superstar. Ben Sano gains a superstar. That's nice. The O-line, while we lose 4 overalls here from Biadish to Green, which we did get, in fact, I'd rather do that and just play the young guy. Lowe is here as our right tackle. Wiley lost a few overall, so he's already higher. Solid O-line. It didn't get worse. No, I think it got better. On paper, maybe not, but, you know, it will be. Luke McCaffrey's up to a 79. That's really, really solid for us. Defensively, upsettingly so, Mike Sanders still lost his depth trait. We'll get that back somehow. Azeez Ojulari also lost his. Kind of upsetting as well. Linebacker probably took a step down, but it'll be all right. Jeremy Chin lost his dev trait. Martin's here. You know, definitely going to play Martin at number 2. Want him to get as much as he can. Hyde's going to be there for help. And then our specialist, we have our sub linebackers here in Davis and Luvu. Armstrong and Ojulari, Allen, Payne Newton, Sanderstill, and Martin in the slot. Luke McCaffrey will be our slot receiver. And keeping Eckler as our third down back for now. He'll probably move out of that sooner rather than later. But we'll go with it. A few new messages from our starting wide receiver. This year, I think we might look into trading potentially Terry McLaurin. Let's focus on conditioning and stamina, Terry. I think that'd be better for you. That gives him +3 conditioning and stamina or something like that, I guess. I don't know. We have a practice media interview. Hopefully this does something good for us. On the practice field, Coach, going into the season, what area of the team is the strongest? Well, I'd have to say probably the offense. I really like what we're working with over there, more so than the defense for sure. If our offense is stronger, now they're going to try to quiz our defense on something. Part of the defense worries me. Probably run defense. We were pretty bad at that last year. I don't really know how we got much better. I'll say the interior D-line, mainly because they'll probably actually hit whatever goal. I'm actually not as worried about them. 10 TFLs and 50 tackles, I think we can handle that from Daron Payne and John Allen. I think that can happen. That'd be really cool if it does, but either way. Now, we've already signed our scouts. We'll go on with what we got. We're definitely going to be in the market to try to make a massive upgrade this year. If it can be a receiver trade, an edge rusher trade, we're doing something big this year sometime soon. Either way, I'll let you know what happens. Well, we were 0-4, and I was just kind of looking for trades to make with another 0-4 team, and I did not expect this to go through whatsoever. This year's second, Dorrance Armstrong, and next year's first for Max Crosby. That's an upgrade, to say the least. I really didn't think that was going to go through. We were barely 40, not even 40% probably with the second round pick in Dorrance Armstrong when I was just testing waters. But here we are. We have Max Crosby in Washington. That's pretty cool. Now, moving on from there, our offense sucks. We need to find some weapons on offense, to say the least. I would say probably Jahan Dotson's on a 1 year. What is he worth? Not a lot that I'm caring for so far. No receiver. I'd really like to trade him for a receiver. I know it's kind of strange, but Joey Porter Jr., that's a good pick. It's just not what I can do. I mean, to be quite honest. Terry McLaurin, what are you worth? You're 89 overall. T. Higgins and a first. That's interesting. Garrett Wilson and a first. Devontae Adams and a second. He's older. DK and a second and a third. All right, so let's do some. We need to do some contract evaluations here. So Jonathan Taylor, golly, man, what am I supposed to do here? All right, one thing I'm gonna do, because I could get a really good running back, but how good of a receiver could I get for my running back? That's the question now. None. Can't get none. All right, so we're going to trade Terry McLaurin for a receiver, but I need to know who is on contract for how long. What is the valuation of this deal? T. Higgins, I need some notes here. T. Higgins, approximately 16, we'll say. And he's on contract through 28. All right, okay. Interesting. Not what I meant to do, crap. This is going to take a while to click through all these menus. I'm going to let you know what happens. After looking at all the options, T. Higgins in a first, including the fact that it's 14th, is interesting. Very interesting. Then Garrett Wilson with a first, I can't take him. He is only on contract for 2 years, and the second year is a franchise tag or a fifth-year option of $24 million. T. Higgins is on contract through 2028, so that's like 4 years. Devontae Adams, I'd love it. But if it was a first and maybe a third, I'd probably take this. But he's 32 years old. It's not very intriguing. DK Metcalf, the next one, 27 years old, a second and a third. And he has a big deal this year. He's got $30 million cap hit this year. But after that, it mellows out to about 21.5 average over 4 extra years, leaving him on contract through 2029. I think I have to take DK here. He seems to be the most contract valued thing, and he's got the X factor. That's a big positive. That puts him, 27, 26? T. Higgins ain't getting X Factor this year. I'm taking DK, accepting that offer. It's too good of a deal to pass up. Next thing we're going to do. We got to look at moving one of these D tackles. Do I really want to do this? Not really. But we need more offensive weapon, or an edge. Well, we have an edge rusher now. Maybe I don't need to do this. I don't know. This was an idea I had prior to this happening. Kayvon Thibodeau would be nice to be our edge rusher too. Hassan Reddick, if he wasn't an 81 overall, would be great. I'm not seeing anything else. Jordan Addison to be wide receiver 2 would be very interesting. If I attach a pick to this, because we just got a bunch of extra picks, where are they at? A second next year? That should be a very good value add. Newsom, really solid. That's really nice. Khalil Mack, I mean, he's just a bajillion years older. I would be interested. Bijan is crazy. Bijan is crazy. All right, hold on. I want to try something. What can I get for Brian Robinson in a second? Jahmyr Gibbs. And a third. Younger, better, and a third. I feel like I have to take that. Younger, better, and a pick that's just a little bit worse the next year. Let me counter this. And I'm going to send, I didn't mean to do that, Brian Robinson. And instead of the second, I'm going to give up an early third the same year just to keep that pick. They took it anyways. What a bunch of chumps. Anyways, now we've kind of just swapped a few things around and improved, in my opinion. I mean, this is kind of crazy how we're working this. Okay, that's solid. Gibbs, that's nice. You know, a little option back there. What is John Allen worth? He's 30 years old. I'd love to keep him, but once again, 30 years old. A.J. Brown, 96 overall. That's insane. That's insane. Terrion Arnold, really good corner, young corner. We already have Jerzon Newton. We don't really need a D-tackle back. I mean, it'd be great. Oh, wow. Superstar Kyron Williams and a first. Patrick Queen in a first. Stephon Diggs in a second. L'Jarius Sneed in a second. A.J. Brown being that good is crazy. But we already have DK. Terrion Arnold in a first and a third and a fourth and a seventh and a seventh. That feels really good. If I could get them to convert the third on, and that's all this year's draft capital. Get out of the third. Give me a second and a fifth. What are we looking like here? Really, really close. Am I okay with doing this? Let me check my depth pieces here, okay? So, Deron Payne and Jerzon Newton are both still really solid. No problem there. And under contract. Cornerback room ain't special. This would be a very big... The only problem is he's only an 83 overall. I just don't feel like I'm getting... I mean, yeah, he's Superstar Dev and he's 23. That is a big plus. But, like, what if I did John Allen and a pick? Would that boost anything up? Let's see. Do we have any double picks? 2 seconds right here? Oh, that should be really nice. Trey Hendrickson and a first. Buda Baker in a second. Derwin James in a first. Javon Holland in a third. A.J. Brown a second and a fourth and a seventh. Woo! We could do that and then use that second. We're flipping a lot here. Quinnen Williams. That's just an upgrade. Aiden Hutchinson. I feel like I got to go Quinnen Williams. That's two. He's a 95. He's a better player at the same position. Now, I know this is insane, but we have to make drastic moves. This is not good. We're not good enough right now. Now we're going to take a third. Do we have any other multi-year picks? We're going to do 2/3 and a sixth. Here we have some room to make some real changes. Bijan is crazy. We already got Jahmyr Gibbs, so we don't really need Bijan, though. What can we do here that would make a big difference in our roster? A corner would be nice. A good corner. George Pickens to be a number 2 receiver would be great. We can go make a trade with this for a corner. I want a good corner. A really good corner. Somebody in, like, I mean, PS2. That'd be crazy. No way, right? Honestly, more than I expected. However, I'm fine with not doing that. He's been on the trade block multiple times. 5-year deal? Is it an insane deal or is it, you know, fair and average? It's not insane at all. I don't want to give up that much. We'll do like, can we do that late year third? We're close. Definitely close. If I just gave up this year's third and took off that one, how much of a difference does that make? There we go. There's the deal. Greg Newsome, our new CB1. We downgraded on the defensive interior a little bit just because we lost some depth. But hey, overall, I think that's a massive improvement. Now, I just want to see if there's any kind of, I don't know, excess of player we have somewhere. We really could use an RB2. We still could trade Jahan Dotson. I'm going to see what we can get out of him because he is off contract and we just could get off of the fact of, you know, having to worry about him. Jahan Dotson in the third, what can that get me? Mike Evans, old but solid, obviously. Drake London? And a fourth and a sixth? Drake London? A better receiver? Trayvon Moehrig, a superstar dev? Interesting. Jordan Addison. All right. And a third. The same year. A better third. Why are they wanting him? I don't know. We're going to check out Jordan Addison, see what his deal is. 2 years. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take that. I don't really need to see the other one. It's a better pick. A guy who's on a multi-year deal. I don't really need to see anything else. We're going to go ahead and check our new roster out. Here's the new roster. Obviously, the biggest changes here, the receiver room's completely different. We traded our top 2 guys for completely new guys, DK Metcalf and Jordan Addison. Jahmyr Gibbs is here. Cool. Then we bring in Greg Newsome, a better corner one. Mike Sanders our CB2 now. And bring in Max Crosby and Quinnen Williams, some actual difference makers on this team. This should be really, really fun. We should get a lot more wins now. Let's check some negotiations. Percy Butler, don't care. Marcus Mariota, don't care. Chris Paul, don't care. Austin Eckler, don't care. Andrew Wiley, not paying you that. Micah Hyde, don't care. CJ Uzomah, don't care. Cornelius Lucas, don't care. Ryan Wright, we should have just given you a longer deal up front. Now I'm going to sit here and worry about this. Great, you're back. Anybody else that matters? Jahmyr Gibbs and Addison and Forbes. All right, we got a lot of options to consider. That's going to kill us in the end. Should have thought about that before. Didn't. It's okay. We'll manage it. Yeah, we won our first game back from the new team, 48-14. Let's do it again. Here at our bye week, we have turned it around a bit. We're 6-6, and looking statistically, where are we at? We're up to the top 3 to 7 in offensive stats. Defensive stats, we're better. We're a lot better. We're, honestly better than I thought we'd be. Defensive pass yards per game is 21st, but points per game is 14th, and rush yards is 7th. So we've made a lot of in-grounds, and we've gotten a lot better one way or another. At this point, we just got to hope we can win some games and get back to the playoffs. We're a much better team, 87 overall. It's incredible how many trades we were able to make and benefit off of them basically all the way. Either way, we'll keep going. Week 18. We have to win to get into the playoffs. We're 9-7, 6th seed. Minnesota's also 9-7. Chicago's also 9-7. We just beat Minnesota last week. There's just one problem that stands in our way. We have to play the Kansas City Chiefs. All we can do is pray. All we can do is pray. We're going to look at these upgraded players, pray, and then go, hey, we got a bunch of 2s. I like that from Ethan Lowe and Brody Green. Good deal. Anyways, make sure you're saying your prayers because the chance we get into this is very little. Please. We won! We're in the playoffs! We're 3 overalls better. We have 3 X Factors. They have none. Let's see what we can do. We got to take on the Bucs in their house for this one. Let's hope for the best. I mean, I don't really know what to expect here. Not a lot, to be quite honest with you. Skip past all that junk. On the first drive, it looks like they get nothing. They get stalled at the goal line. We get 3. We're up by 3. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, they tie our 3. Cool. Let's go. Let's go by next quarter. Get to the end of the half. We're up 10-3. I like it. Come on. Let's get more points on the board. 17-3. I like where we're at. Let's go. We're juiced up for this playoffs. Let's go. Next quarter, let's go. Into third, let's put up to 7 more at least. Oh, that was a massive drive. It's still going. Yeah, that's it. That's wraps. All over, right? Yeah, turnover. That's it. 24-10, big W. We didn't even have to struggle through that one. Get out of here, bro. Let's check the stats since we weren't able to play any of it. Jayden Daniels, 130.2 passer rating. 76% completion, 2 touchdowns. Let's go. Rushing, Jahmyr Gibbs, 85 yards, 5 yards per carry. Nothing little there. Jordan Addison had 93 yards, leading our team in receiving. Then we get Eckler had 44 on 3 catches, 27 from DK. Need to see more of that. Diami Brown caught a touchdown. Why are you on the field? And Gibbs caught a touchdown. Cool. I'm okay with that. Defensively, sacks. We had 2.5 from Ojulari. What a game. I'm a fan of that. And 1 from Quinnen Williams and 0.5 from St. Juste. 1 pick from Derek Forrest. Okay. No fumbles. The good stuff. No touchdowns or safeties on defense. Anyways, week 1 of the postseason is underway. Or it's done. Underway. It's done. And we got to win. Big time win. Let's go to week 2 and get another win. Divisional round playoff football. Jordan Love. Jayden Daniels. We take on the Packers in Green Bay. DK Metcalf in a Commander's jersey looks incredibly wrong. Let's do it. Let's do it. Super sim it up. Let's go. Next quarter, we need a big first quarter to make sure we start off on the right foot. We do. 7-7. To force a turnover, get the ball back. 3rd and 13. Let's convert. No, we don't. But we get a turnover and put 3 more up on the board. Force another turnover and don't get nothing out of that one. Go into halftime. Tie ball game. Let's get it. First drive of the quarter puts up 7 for us. That's big. And we take it all the way down to the end of the 4th and the start of the 4th, and we got a 10-point lead. That's big. 3rd and 15. 4th and 15. They have to punt. Pass knocked away. We just got the ball at our 25-yard line. What are they thinking? 27-10. We're going to cook them, aren't we? Okay, they got a touchdown, so not so much. But 30-17, they are not in a good spot here. It's our ball. We're winding it out. Okay, let's go. I thought it was their ball still. We must have forced a turnover. Let's check the stats because we walked through that one too. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That little twirly icon right there, that's not good. Marcus Mariota led us to a victory with 86% completion percentage. Played better than Jayden Daniels in more attempts. Okay. Let's put the positive on it. Jameer Gibbs had a touchdown. DK had a touchdown. 5 for 59. Jordan Addison, 96 yards. Cool. Crap. Sacks. How many sacks? 2 for Azeez Ojulari. Back-to-back. Is that 2 last week and 2 this week? Max Crosby had 1. Quinn Williams had 1. Jamin Davis had 1. We ate up on there. 5 sacks. That's good. Ernest Yates had a pick. Any big-time many things? I don't know. No defense. Crap, dude. Jayden Daniels is hurt. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. It better not be serious. It better just be this game. Can Marcus Mariota pull off the Nick Foles? Probably not. We need him to not be hurt. I don't... Crap. Uh-oh. These menus could not take longer right now. Okay, there's no thing. That means he's good, right? That means he's good, right? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's nothing... There was like no one new injury, so... He's good. He's chilling. Let's get it. We have to take on the 49ers and Brock Purdy in this NFC Championship game. You know, that's why we re-signed Marcus Mariota, because you get a guy who can be a really solid quarterback and get you out of a game, including a playoff game. That's a big deal. And Marcus Mariota just earned himself a new contract by doing just that. Let's go ahead and go forward by quarter. This is going to be a big game. But hey, we start off 7-0 early, big time. They match it with 7 of their own. And we're going to have to probably punt here on 4th down. But we get a turnover and put 7 more on the board over their head. Now we're up by 14 and going into halftime, only up by 7. Wish it was more, but it's fine. Into the third, or let's get to the end of the third, excuse me. They tie it up, but not for long as we are able to steal another touchdown and the ball. Can we score again? We are up 14 with 4.5 minutes left. Let's get it. They are taking no time at all to get into the end zone. A minute and they're in. All right, let's just wind a bunch of clock here. Get this down as low as we can. We're up by 8 somehow, some way. We're able to take it under the 2 minutes. 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. We get in. 2-yard rush by Austin Eckler. What are you doing here, pal? We're going to win this game more than likely. I don't see a way we can't. And we do. What a playoffs. Jayden Daniels is leading this team to a absolutely astounding run. Jayden Daniels only had 1 touchdown. What happened? 86% completion. Well, that is going to help quite a bit. Brock Purdy got hurt as well. That helped us a bit. Gil McCarthy is not that guy. Jameer Gibbs, 2 rushing touchdowns. We had 4 rushing touchdowns. That is insane. 5 rushing touchdowns. Jordan Addison with a rushing touchdown as well for a yard. Luke McCaffrey, 61 yards. That's insane. He had 7 catches for 61 yards. Pearsall, 98. 68 for Addison. 61 for McCaffrey. DK had 57. He's about 50 yards a game. He's not really doing too well. Blocking, nah, I don't care about that. Defensively, 2 sacks for Max Crosby, a half sack for Long, and a half sack for Williams. That's nice. 1 pick for Derek Forrest. Thank you, sir. 1 forced fumble and 2 fumble recoveries for Jamin Davis. How did you get 2 fumble recovery? There we go. Mike Sanders still forced the other one. I was very confused there. No safeties, no touchdowns. But guess what? We do get a Super Bowl berth. Let me tell you something. EA absolutely cooked with this intro to the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Good job, EA. If you're out there listening, you're probably not. I'm not big enough for that. But if you're listening, good job. Now, the rest of the game, fix it. You did garbage there. Either way, Jayden Daniels goes to the Super Bowl to take on Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Justin Fields stinks. We should win this game easily. Justin Fields is a sorry excuse for a quarterback. I am the #1 Justin Fields hater, and I own that. I want to own that. Because, you know why? Because it's true. It's true, and I know ball. Anyways, they're up by 3. That's okay. It's all Justin Fields can do anyways. I say that, and they're going to drop 40 on us here in about 12 seconds. No, we're going to go and score 3 of our own. Because guess what? Jayden Daniels can at least get 3. Now he can get 7. Take that, buddy. Anyways, let's go. Halftime, we're up by 7. We're cooking. Justin Fields, I ain't worried about you. Turn the ball over. Yeah, give me that. 14-point lead. Easy. Easy money. Change of possession. They got 8. Wow, okay. Kind of impressive, not going to lie. Let's just click through this. All right, we punted down to the 8. What a punt. by, I think it's Ryan Wright. I'm not even really certain on that. Don't count me on it. 37-yard punt for Cameron Johnston. Bill Burr, you might say. Dude stinks. First down. 28 yards for Jordan Addison to get us to, oh, look, touchdown for Diami Brown. Why are you playing? I don't know. But, hey, I'll take it because you put us up in the Super Bowl. Are they about to score? All right, they scored. Mr. Running Back scored. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's take this for ourselves. We're going to win this one. We're going to win this one. No, don't do it. That's a pick six and a touchdown, and they're tied, so I can't do it. Please don't fumble. Thank you very much. They're calling a timeout. We got one more run. Now we can just kneel it. Let's go. Does this thing do the college football thing where it winds it down? I haven't even done this yet. I don't kneel. What am I? I say that, and then I did kneel. No. So we're going to run it because I'm not scared of you, Justin Fields. If that is your real name. It's probably not. Anyways, let's go. Touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. Ah, dang. Minka Fitzpatrick, you ruin everything. That's the way I like it. Anyways, let's go. Let's see if we can get in the end zone. Why not? What do we have to lose? Nothing. Well, a Super Bowl, actually. No, let's go. Touchdown. Yeah, I tried to hit stick. I tried to truck Minka Fitzpatrick with tiny little Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, they ran it. Oh, well. That's going to be it. Jayden Daniels in 2 seasons and massive amounts of trades that were probably highly unrealistic. But they were all bad teams. They were all offering it to me. It's not my fault. They offered it. Ring him. Jeremy Chin. Ring him. Ring him specifically. Only him because he matters. Let's go. Super Bowl. Patrick Queen. You know that Steelers jersey? It makes me really sad that you're standing there sad. But it's okay. Jayden Daniels wins 2 years after getting drafted into the NFL. Let's check out some player stats here. Seeing how good our players played. Justin Fields obviously sucked. He actually wasn't that bad, but he wasn't that good either. Jayden Daniels was a lot better. 235, 74% completion, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Jahmyr Gibbs, really solid game. Justin Fields had he's a running back, so that makes sense. McCaffrey, 5 for 54. Pickens, 5 for 51. Gibbs, 4 for 31. Patrick Freiermuth, 4 for 34. Keenan Allen, what the heck? That's weird. He's number 13, isn't he? That's strange. Anyways, let's go and see. Let's see. Sacks, 2 for TJ Watt because he's the best defensive player in the league. 1.5 for Max Crosby. 1 for Quinnen Williams. Half for Poyer. Poyer was 21. I saw that dude and was like, who is that? Anyways, Johnny Newton, half sack. Outside Smith, a half sack. No picks. Any fumbles? No, sir. Any crazy defensive plays? No, sir. That is it. That's what it is. Jayden Daniels takes the Washington Commanders to a Super Bowl. Shocker. And wins it. Shocker. Let's see what we did for the rest of the season. We got a few things to check on. You know, a few housekeeping items to clean up. Ben Sano, massive, absolute Chad here, winning us a Super Bowl. Thank you, sir. You did it yourself. Let's go 1 week into the future. Look at the season recap. See what all the awards were. Who won what. Who did what. Other than us, because we know what we did. We won Jayden Daniels, Super Bowl MVP. Then, we got nothing else. I don't even think we checked stats this year. I think I forgot to check stats, so I want to see this because I think he was like 31-9. Oh, okay. Much better. Cleaned up the picks. I think it was the same completion percentage as before. 3,800 yards, 31 touchdowns. I think he had like 9 or 12 picks last time. No, it was in the teens. It was in the teens. 16, 12, something like that. But same touchdowns, less picks, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. Gibbs, almost 1,250 yards, 12 touchdowns is great. 2 touchdowns for Jayden Daniels rushing, 400 yards rushing. Not too bad. Luke McCaffrey with an 1,000-yard season. That is insane. Wow. Over Jordan Addison and DK. Absolutely a stunner. Ben Sano only had 540 yards. I wish he did more, but it's okay. Let's see. Only 1 sack allowed from Ricky Stromberg because he's that dude. Sack leaders, I see 15.5 from Crosby, 7.5 from Williams, 4 from Newton, 3.5 from Ojulari, 1 from Davis, and 1 from our rookie Trapp. 3 picks from Davis, 2 from St. Juice, 2 from Greg Newsome, 2 for Chin, and 1 from Micah Hyde. Very nice. No fumble recoveries on the entire season. That's kind of sad. 1 safety from Max Crosby. What a dude. What a guy. Like him. Like him a lot, actually. Either way, 3rd in offensive yards. That's very nice to see. What was our defensive? 9th? Hey, we're top 10, baby. Let's go. We were top 10 in year 2. 4th in points per game. 7th in pass yards and 7th in rush yards. 13th in defensive points per game. 10th in pass yards. 7th in rush yards. What a year. Did anybody, I want to see one more thing. Did anyone ride off into the sunset? Did anyone just like win a Super Bowl and leave? Who could have? Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz and Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota, big round of applause. Got us out of a playoff game. Derrick Henry retired too. That is insane. Zach Martin retired too. Bakhtiari retired too. That's crazy. No, but either way, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what rebuild you want to see next. So far, I've done the Bears. Check it out if you haven't seen it. I've done the Commanders. That's right here. And which one is next? You let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to do that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any. I'll be doing these all year long. And hit that like button. Helps me out a ton. Doesn't cost you a single thing. Either way, I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.